In the shadow of ancient mountains and alongside eternal rivers, a timeless story unfolds. A story of a world healer born beneath destiny's hand, whose light was meant to cleanse and guide the hearts of humankind. Near the storied slopes of Mount Judy, where the Tigris and Euphrates carved their eternal paths, a child was born. His name, Noah, meaning rest or comforter, would echo across millennia. His father, Lamech, a righteous descendant of the revered Enoch, wept with both sorrow and hope at his birth. In that moment he prophesied, "This child shall carry the light of Adam through a cleansing storm that will purify the earth." Through the knowledge parted by the 12 Imams from the household of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him and his purified progeny, we learn that Noah was born with the divine light, a luminous spark of prophethood, which would one day pass through the lineage of Abraham through Ishmael and finally rest in the heart of Fatima al-Zahra. This light, as proclaimed by Imam al-Baqir, binds the stories of the prophets into an unbroken chain of divine promise. At the tender age of 250, a youth in an era when lifespans stretched beyond centuries, Noah received revelation. Descending like a celestial messenger, the angel Gabriel brought him a sapphire scroll, bearing the sacred command, "Warn your people before a painful punishment overtakes them." For 700 years, his voice resounded like a relentless tide against the cliffs of arrogance and disbelief. In those days, the people of Babylon had sunk into a moral abyss. The descendants of Seth, the 200 watchers casted out from the righteous community, strayed further into darkness. They mingled with exiles and rebels from Cain's lineage, birthing a generation of tyrants, men of immense strength but no faith. These were the giants of arrogance, ruling with cruelty, defying divine guidance. Their dominion, built on oppression, would soon face the wrath of the Almighty. Their mighty kings, draped in false divinity, erected temples to idols such as Wad, Suwa, and Nazar, symbols of misguided power. In their courts, Noah challenged them, "Will you fear Allah and not these stones? Worship the one who molded you from clay and set the stars as your guides." For centuries, only 80 souls embraced Noah's call, the faithful who would join him on the Ark of Salvation. Among these were his 3 steadfast sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Yet tragedy pierced the divine plan when his wife, Wa'ila, and 4th son, Canaan, chose pride over promise. In a heart-wrenching moment as floodwaters began to rise, Noah cried out, "O my son, come aboard with us. Do not be among the disbelievers." But Canaan, in defiant hubris, declared, "I will climb a mountain to escape this water." And so Allah pronounced, "Today there is no protector from Allah's command except those granted mercy." Through the knowledge of the 12 Imams, Canaan's rejection becomes a lesson in divine justice. Even pure blood cannot shield a heart shrouded in disbelief. Meanwhile, Noah's wife, Wa'ila, like her son Canaan, rejected the divine message and perished in the flood alongside the disbelievers, an enduring lesson in the consequences of disbelief, regardless of relationships with a prophet. As the floodwaters surged, they were not merely instruments of punishment, but a divine reset, a cleansing to preserve the lineage of truth. Islamic tradition rejects any narrative that taints Noah's legacy. Unlike some biblical accounts which suggest moral failing, the Quran and the Imams affirm that every prophet is pure, free from sin and disgrace. Accusations of inebriation or failure are dismissed as fabrications, a distortion of divine history. Through divine wisdom, the Ark itself is a living covenant. It carries not only animals and a remnant of believers, but also the seeds of future prophets. As Imam Rida poetically described, the Ark is the covenant of Allah. Its wood is the Imams. Its nails are their miracles. After the tempest subsided, the Ark found solace on the heights of Mount Judy. In that quiet moment, Noah planted an olive tree, a timeless symbol of peace and the promise of future hope. Allah, in His mercy, vowed, "Never again will we destroy the earth by flood." This covenant foretold a new era, heralded by the coming of the Prophet Muhammad and the awaited Mahdi. Through his lineage, Noah's legacy would endure, touching every corner of humanity, linking past to future, faith to destiny. The spirit of Noah resonates deeply within the household of the Prophet. His perseverance in delivering the divine message became a beacon for all who stand against tyranny. At Karbala, Imam Hussein echoed this legacy, declaring, I fight to uphold the way of Noah, to revive what the tyrants have drowned. Imam Ali once proclaimed, "We are the Ark of Noah. Board it or drown in the sea of your ignorance." This metaphor powerfully intertwines the narrative of the flood with the eternal promise of guidance. Even the occultation of Imam al-Mahdi is likened to Noah's Ark, hidden yet ever present, a vessel of truth awaiting its destined rise. Noah, who lived for 1700 years according to sacred tradition, was laid to rest in Najaf, a land hallowed long before the sands of Karbala bore witness to further sacrifice. His tomb became a pilgrimage site, a silent guardian of truth and a reminder of divine mercy. To those who would cast aspersions upon Noah's character, divine knowledge responds with the words of the Quran, "Peace be upon Noah among all beings. Thus do we reward the righteous. He was truly our believing servant." His life remains a testament, a beacon of hope, an unbroken covenant between the Creator and His devoted servants. O Allah, bless Noah, your sincere prophet, and grant aid to those who follow in the luminous path of his light, and hasten the emergence of the Qa'im from the family of Muhammad, so that the enemies of truth may be drowned in a sea of justice. Reflect upon this timeless covenant. In our lives, as passengers on an ever-surging sea, let us cling to the rope of divine guidance and the eternal promise of mercy. We shall not drown, we shall endure.
Stories don't end when the words stop. They live on in those who listen, reflect, and share. If this story resonated with you, let's keep the journey going. Subscribe, share, and join this growing space of wisdom and wonder. Your voice matters. Until next time, stay curious, stay enlightened.